the magnetic effect of the current. So when the current is passing through a wire, it will produce a magnetic field because the moving charges always produce magnetic field. How we can find the direction of the magnetic field? For the direction, we can use Fleming's. We can use the right hand grip rule to find the direction of the magnetic field produced due to a current carrying conductor. So example, when a current is passing through a wire, it will produce magnetic field. To find the direction of the current, or to find the direction of magnetic field, what we can do, we can use right hand grip rule. And the right hand grip rule, the wire which we are using, it may be a straight wire, or it may be a coiled or circular or solenoid. Or it might be a circular wire or coil, or we can also say solenoid. A wire with many turns, many times it turned around, we call that as a solenoid. So for a straight wire, the thumb will represent the direction of the current, and the fingers will turn to show or represent direction of magnetic field. And that we did yesterday. Like I gave examples, the 3 possible patterns are there, 4 possible patterns basically. If the current is upward, magnetic field will be around it. And if we apply the right hand grip rule, our thumb should point in the direction of the current and the fingers will turn in the direction of magnetic field. So if it current is upward, you can see the pattern of the magnetic field. If the current is downward, your thumb should point downward and fingers will turn in the direction of the magnetic field. The first 2 field lines should be closer, which shows that the magnetic field is stronger, and as we move away from the wire, the strength of the magnetic field decreases. So the magnetic field pattern will also change the direction of the field pattern. If it is cross means the current is in. So our thumb should point into and the fingers will turn around to show the direction of the magnetic field. It will be circular because of space. I did not make them exactly circular, but it will be circular. And the fingers, the direction in which our fingers will turn or rotate, that is the direction of the magnetic field. And if it is dot means out, so the thumb should point outward and the fingers will turn in the direction of magnetic field. So these are the 4 patterns which we drew yesterday. Now for a circular wire or a solenoid, again we will use a right hand grip rule, but this time the right hand grip rule, our fingers will turn in the direction of the current as a circular wire, and the thumb will represent north pole of the magnetic field. So example, I'll draw on the next page for a circular wire or a solenoid. So example, you have a cylinder, and on this cylinder you wrap the wire around, turn the wire. And you connect an AC supply or DC supply, a direct current supply. So this one is a positive terminal left hand side and the right hand side is a negative terminal. So what is the direction of the conventional current? The conventional current is from positive to negative. So when the current will flow, this is a pattern in which the current will flow. And whenever there is a current, there is a magnetic field. But how to find the direction of the magnetic field? For a solenoid, your fingers will turn in the direction of the current and your thumb will automatically point towards the north. So if I use a right hand grip rule here, so according to this right hand grip rule, my fingers will turn. This is the right hand grip rule. My fingers now, because it's a circular wire, so the fingers will turn in the direction of the current. So example, if this is a cylinder on which the wire is turned around, wrapped, so my fingers will turn in the direction of the current. So as my fingers are rotating or turning in the direction of the current, the position where my thumb is pointing, the point that is representing a north pole. So which side I will have a north pole if for in this example, if I catch the wire in the direction of the current, it's towards right or left of the figure. Yes, which direction the thumb is pointing when you catch the wire? So it is pointing towards the right hand side. So if it is pointing towards right hand side, so north pole, so basically this will represent a pole. So north pole will be on the right hand side and south pole will be on the left hand side. So basically this wire will produce a magnetic field lines like a bar magnet. And what are the magnetic field lines for a bar magnet? It's from north to south. So this blue line is representing a magnetic field which is from north to south. So around the wire, it is like a magnetic field for a bar magnet which is pointing out from north and into south. And within the wire, there is a magnetic field within the wire, but these field lines are parallel. Outside, the magnetic field pattern is same as like a bar magnet, but inside the magnetic field lines are parallel from north to south. Is it clear? This magnetic field which is produced due to a wire, a circular wire or a solenoid carrying a current. How to apply a right hand grip rule? So the thing which is important is sketching the magnetic field pattern and identifying the position of north. So example, if you have a circular wire or a solenoid which is wrapped on the material, any material, it's not necessary it should be magnetic, it can be non-magnetic as well, because the magnetic field is due to the wire, not due to the material. Left hand side is positive, right hand side is negative. So when we show the direction of the current, conventional current is from positive to negative. So this is the direction in which the conventional current will flow. Now the question is, sketch the magnetic field for this solenoid. But before sketching the magnetic field, what is important that you should know which side you have north and which side you have south. So for this purpose, you will use the right hand grip rule. For circular wire, your fingers will turn in the direction of the current because the current is going down. Like if this is a cylinder and the current is going down, so my fingers are turning in the direction of the current. Automatically, which direction the thumb is pointing? My thumb is pointing towards right hand side. So what it appear? It will appear that the north pole is on the right hand side and the south pole is on the left hand side by applying a rule which is known as right hand grip rule. So if you catch the wire in the direction of the current, your fingers turn in the direction of current and thumb will point towards the north pole. And the pattern of a magnetic field, the magnetic field lines are out from north and into the south. And in between, the magnetic field lines will be parallel. This is for a solenoid. Same way, it can be other way around. If it is carrying a current in other way around, so this is a cylinder and the wire is turned and we are passing a current, conventional current. This time the direction of the current. This is the direction of the current, and you have to identify the position of the north. So how you'll identify the position of the north? Same way, again a right hand rule. If this is a cylinder, this pen is representing a cylinder. So if my fingers, if I catch the wire in the direction of current, like this is a wire, if I'm catching in the direction because the current is going around it, so if my fingers are turning around, is the same as the direction of the current where the thumb is pointing, it's pointing towards left hand side in this example. So the north pole is on the left hand side and the south pole is on the right hand side. And the direction of the magnetic field is from north to south. Around the wire, it is like a bar magnet, but inside the wire, it will be parallel. Is it clear? The two patterns of the magnetic field due to a current carrying conductor. Any doubt till now? Why they are parallel inside? Because the magnetic field, Inside a permanent magnet, there is no magnetic field, parallel magnetic field, but this is not a permanent magnet. This is a wire which is carrying a current. So if there is a wire carrying a current, like loops are there. Example, this is a wire, and inside this wire, the wire is carrying a current, conventional current. And say this is the direction of the conventional current. So what it will produce, one side it will produce north pole and another side it will produce south pole. So how the magnetic field pattern around this wire, it will be like a bar magnet. And inside the wire, it will be parallel from north to south. The parallel magnetic field line means it's a constant magnetic field. Around the, because if the distance between the field lines is same, it means it is a constant magnetic field. Outside, it is non-uniform magnetic field, it is continuously changing. So if a question is, when I compare the magnetic field at point A with magnetic field at point B, where the magnetic field is stronger, A or B? At point A, the magnetic field is stronger because field lines are closer. So A is strong. But if I have 2 points, one point C is there, another point D. When I compare the magnetic field of C and D, so C and D magnetic field will be same. Why it is same? Because equally spaced field lines. So within the magnet, within this circular wire, it's a constant magnetic field. Around the circular wire, there is a variable magnetic field which changes with the position. Then what is electromagnetic induction? The term electromagnetic induction means the change in magnetic field or magnetic flux produce EMF or current. Magnetic flux means how many field lines are passing through unit area. That's called magnetic flux. This term magnetic flux means number of field lines passing through unit area. So how many field lines are passing through a unit area? That is called magnetic flux. So whenever there is a change in magnetic field or there is a change in magnetic flux, it will produce EMF or voltage. Example, you have a wire, say a straight wire, and you connect this wire with a voltmeter. These are the connection wires. The red part is representing the connection wire, and you connect with a voltmeter. What will be the reading on the voltmeter right now? If I don't have any supply, any source of energy here, what will be the reading on the voltmeter? So voltmeter will show 0 because there is no energy for the charges. Charges are not transferring or having any energy to move, so there is 0 volts. Then I place a magnet. Next to this, I place a magnet. When I place the magnet will have two poles. One is the north pole and the other one is south. It does not matter which pole is facing the wire. So example, this is the north and south, and when we sketch a magnetic field, so magnetic field is from north to south. These are the magnetic field lines or strength of the magnetic field variation. Now what happened if I move this wire either towards or away? So this is a wire. Even if I move towards or away, what will happen? The movement of, or if I move the magnet towards or away, or the wire towards and away, so movement of the magnet or wire, what it causes, it changes the magnetic field for wire. And whenever there is a change in magnetic field of a wire, the charges start to move inside the wire, which produce voltage. Means the charges have energy, we call voltage, and when the charges will move, we call that as current. So in the beginning, what happened? If you have a magnet, you place a magnet next to a wire and you start to move the magnet or you start to move the wire, because as the wire will change its position, as the wire will move when it is closer or you move it away, there is a change in the magnetic field. Either you move towards or away. And whenever there is a change in the magnetic field, what we observe? We observe that the charges start to move in the wire, and as the charges start to move, they have energy. So this voltmeter will show some voltage, maybe example 20 volts, and it will also show some current. So without any battery, without any cell, you are able to produce electricity or the movement of the charge. And how you are able to produce this? By moving the magnet or by moving the wire, which cause change in the magnetic field. So whenever there is a change in the magnetic field, there is always EMF or current. So this is a basic concept of production of the electricity. This is how we generate electricity, that we have the wires and we move the magnet or the wire, and which cause the change in the magnetic field. And due to this change in magnetic field, charges, particles inside the wire, which is made up of metal, move, and they have voltage, means work done per unit charge or energy per unit charge, and it will produce a current. So the idea is, whenever there is a change in magnetic field, there is always a voltage or current. If there is no change in magnetic field, there is no voltage or current. So example, if I have a wire, and I have a magnet, the two poles of the magnet, north and south, and this wire is stationary at rest, and the magnet is stationary, and as well as the wire is also stationary. Will it produce induce EMF? What will be the reading on the voltmeter? Will it show some reading or value? So it will show 0 volts. Why it will show 0 volt? Because there is a magnetic field, but there is no change in the magnetic field. So magnetic field is there, but there is no change in the magnetic field, because the concept is that whenever there is a change in the magnetic field, that will produce EMF, not the magnetic field. There should be a change in magnetic field to produce EMF. Now, so this will not produce EMF because there is no change in the magnetic field. That's why there is no induced EMF. If we are moving both wire and the magnet with the same speed, like example, a wire is moving with 3 meter per second, a magnet is also moving with 3 meter per second, what will be the reading on the voltmeter? Will it produce any induced EMF? Is there any induced EMF? Yes or no? So there is no induced EMF or there is no voltage produced. Why? There is no voltage produced because when you are moving both of them together with the same speed, there is no change in distance between them, or there is no change in magnetic field. That is why it will not induce EMF. So either they are at rest, or either they are moving with the same speed, same accelerations, they will not have induced EMF. Same thing, if I take a wire, I take a magnet, like this is a magnet, north and south, and I wrap the wire around it, and connect with the voltmeter. If I drop both of them moving downward, will it induce EMF? Any voltage produce? I drop both of them together, like wire and magnet both are falling together. So when both are falling together, because the wire is wrapped on the magnet and both are falling together, again there is no change in magnetic field. That's why this will have 0 volt. So all these examples, there is no change in the magnetic field. If there is no change in magnetic field, there is no induced EMF. The electromagnetic induction is explained by two laws. So two laws which explain electromagnetic induction. The first law is known as Faraday's law. The first law which explains electromagnetic induction, that is known as Faraday's law. And the second law is known as the Lenz law. The Faraday's law, what is the statement of the Faraday's law? It is stated that the EMF induced is proportional to change in magnetic field. So what it stated that if we change the magnetic field at a greater or faster rate, the induced EMF will be higher. So if you have a magnet north and south, and you have a circular wire, so what happens if I move the magnet towards, say, with a speed of 3 meter per second, and the induced EMF is 2 volts due to, as the magnet is moved towards the wire, there is a change in the magnetic field and there is a change in magnetic field which induce EMF. So example 2 volts. So according to Faraday's law, if we change the magnetic field at a faster rate or a greater rate, so if we are moving with 6 meter per second, so moving with 6 meter per second means the magnetic field will change at a greater rate. As the magnetic field will change at a greater rate, what will be the voltage produced here? If moving with 3 meter per second produce 2 volts, moving with 6 meter per second or with a double speed, so it will produce 4 volts. That double. So according to Faraday's law, the EMF induced is directly proportional to the change in the magnetic field. Faster or greater change in magnetic field, greater induced EMF. And what is the Lenz's law of electromagnetic induction? It states that the EMF induced or the current produced will produce a magnetic field as well, which always try to so the EMF induced will produce a magnetic field which always oppose the change in magnetic field for a magnet. What is the meaning of this statement? Example, we have a circular wire, a solenoid, and we place a magnet closer to this, north and south. We are moving a north pole closer. If I'm moving a north pole closer, what is happening to magnetic field for wire? Is it increasing for wire or it is decreasing? What happened to magnetic field for wire? Is it increasing or decreasing as we move the magnet towards? So the magnetic field is increasing for wire because more field lines can pass through. So if the magnetic field is increasing, according to Lenz's law, what this wire will try to do, it will try to oppose. So why? Because of change in magnetic field, there is a current in the wire, and due to that current, there is a magnetic field of a wire, and that magnetic field of a wire is always try to oppose it. So if the magnetic field is increasing, it will try to oppose. How it will oppose? One side appear to be north and the other appear to be south. Why the same identical pole? Because the like poles, like charges or like poles repel each other. So example, a needle is deflected towards right hand side. But opposite will happen if I have the same solenoid. I connect a voltmeter, a zero center voltmeter, and this time I'm moving the same magnet but away. So if I'm moving the magnet away, what is happening for wire? what happened to the magnetic field? Is it increasing or decreasing for wire? So this time the magnetic field is decreasing. So what wire will try to do? It will try to attract it, because it always try to oppose. If it is decreasing, it will try to increase by attracting. If it is increasing, it will try to decrease by repelling. So wire will always try to oppose. So south will be on the right hand side, north will be on the left. And what will happen to the deflection of the needle? The needle will deflect in opposite direction. So basically the direction of the current depends on direction in which we are changing the magnetic field. If we are increasing, it will be opposite if we are decreasing the magnetic field. So direction of the current continuously changes if we change the direction of magnetic field. Is it clear? The two laws which are explaining electromagnetic induction. The first one is the Faraday's law, which shows a relation that if you change the magnetic field at a faster rate, the induced EMF will be higher. The second is the Lenz law. It states that the direction of induced EMF always try to oppose the change in magnetic field. If a magnetic field is increasing, it will try to decrease. If a magnetic field is decreasing, it will try to increase. Is it clear? Any question? When something is a law, law means practically its results are always same. And this is Lenz, Lenz. So the Lenz law states that induced EMF will always trying to oppose the change in magnetic field. If you are moving the magnet towards, so what happened? The magnetic field is increasing. So how the wire will oppose that? To oppose, wire will try to decrease. So as the wire will try to decrease, it will produce a magnetic field, it will produce a current in a direction so that north pole will be on the right and south pole on the left, so it can repel the magnet. If the magnet is moving away, the magnetic field is decreasing. So what the wire will try to do, it will try to oppose by attracting. And how it will attract? By appearing south pole on the right hand side and north pole on the left. What is the meaning north and south poles here? That is due to the current which is produced due to change in the magnetic field. So the EMF induced will produce a magnetic field which always oppose the change in magnetic field of for a magnet or a wire. So these are the two laws which explain the relation. So we'll do some question related to this magnetism part, so you will have understanding how we can apply these laws.